Look at that, 100% total sync. Yeah, Asians, get on my level. Asians losing? It doesn't make sense. But what is up, people? I'm Random Guy here, and I've got a bonza of a story for you today. Oh yes, a bonza, and I'm just gonna whip out of Foster's as well as I'm Australian. And God, 2 racist jokes in a matter of 23 seconds. World record for me. And today I want to give you guys something special, and truly is special. This little story, which happened only on Saturday. Was it Saturday? No, it was Friday. Yeah, I can't get my time straight. I've been off study leave now, and let's just get straight into it. Let's just jump in the deep end and get straight into it. So, yeah, as I said, I'm on study leave now, and I'm officially off. I'm not in school now. Unofficially finished. Basically, I just need to go in for exams. So yeah, all my peers were having this party thing on a Friday night, and I really couldn't be asked to go. And all my friends knew I was on PS3 actually, and I was moaning about oh, I should have gone, it would have been great. And I was bitching about it all day and all night until about 10 o'clock, when I went, fuck it, okay, I'm just gonna have a cheeky look, see what's gonna happen. So I snuck past my parents' window, because to get down the driveway you need to go past the lounge, and you can obviously see people as they walk by, so I had to sort of commando roll under the window, and boom, I was on the road heading my way to the field, because we didn't have village halls, we just drink on fields. Because we're cool. So yeah, as I approached it, there's these background story here. Where I live is pretty posh. I mean, it's about 60% old people, and they're bloody posh. I bet they're bloody watching Jubilee right now. I don't really give a shit. All that Queen stuff. They're watching that, whilst there's about 20% teens and 20% adults. I mean, there's not a lot of young children where I live, and I live in pretty much a mega posh part. And wow, these guys, as I was walking down to the field, I thought, fuck it, I was in a really bad mood. I was like, fuck it, I don't need to go, I'm just going to walk back. And as I walked back, there was this light, shining on me. And it looked like a moped light, because there was only, one light. There was actually a car light, because the other light was behind the wall. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to tell these bitches off. But as I got closer, I recognised these were pretty hench kids. I mean, they weren't kids, they're 19, 20 years old. And they're pretty hench. They had the car, they were being badass, drinking beer with their hoodies, being regular British teenagers. And, as I saw them, I thought, oh, fucking hell, I'll probably get shitted on if I did anything. And I was in a bad mood, so this is why I'm swearing. Excuse for swearing. So, yeah. And I just walked on, I thought nothing of it then. But as I was walking home, I thought, you know what, Lewis, you YOLO, as the kids say, you only live once. So I went back and I had a look at the field. And as I was going down, these peeps were going up the road, these badass, hard, hench teenagers. I'm just going to call them chavs, because they were chavs. And, well, as I paused to stop to cross the road, they went, because I was wearing a red hoodie at the time, went, oi, red hoodie. And I turned around and went, yeah, what? And these guys were like, oi, red hoodie guy, are you from Southwell? And yeah, I'm from Southwell, because that's where I live, and posh boys live in Southwell, and they're from Netherfield, but I'll get to that later. So, they were from Netherfield, and oh my god, they said, oh, come over here then. And then they said, what year were you in? I went, I'm year 11. And just finishing my exams. And they went, oh, do you know about the party on the field? I went, yeah, I'm just going to it now. And they went, oh, apparently there's been a fight there as well. I went, oh, really? I don't know. They went, yeah, there's been a fight. Now, can you take us to the field? And I couldn't really say no, because there was a group of them, and there was one of me, and I think my ninja skills weren't good enough for this, and my cod fingers wouldn't be able to outplay them this time. So I just agreed to walk them to the field, just like good boys. So as we were walking to the field, they're like, oh, we're from Netherfields. And I didn't think anything of this at the moment, but later I realised something a bit disturbing. So they said, oh, you probably know about this fight, it must be all over BBM. And you know, one of those awkward situations you have, you just like look at your phone to like get away from the awkward situation. I did exactly that, and they were like, oh, it's probably on BlackBerry, on BBM, sorry. So they're like, oh, give us your fucking phone. So I didn't really give them my phone. I was like, no, it's my phone. And they're like, oh, fucking give it here. And I looked into his eyes to see if he was serious. And bloody hell, he was serious. I mean, let's just say he was stoned because his pupils were dilating. If someone's pupils were dilating, that means they was definitely stoned. So, yeah, they were stoned and they were drunk as well because they couldn't walk in a straight line. Don't get stoned and drunk at the same time. Apparently it's really bad. I wouldn't know, of course. But seriously, I don't know. So, these guys are like, oh, fucking give you your phone. So finally, I gave in. I went, oh, fuck it, fine. I'll give my phone. So I gave them my phone, and they were looking through all my texts. I mean, all the texts I get from the ladies, and all the texts I get from the men. Oh, God, that sounds so gay. But yeah, they looked through all my texts, and I was like, oh, God, you know. And I was looking through, and he went, oh, there's nothing here. It's all just girls. You know, do you have any older girls? Ha, ha, ha. So, yeah, they passed it back. They didn't pass it back, they threw it to me. And, yeah, you know, on my phone, it's Xperia Play. It was pretty darn expensive, £300. A stranger, a chav, just threw it to me. I was pretty pissed off at them. So, yeah, they gave it back, these 19-year-old chavs, and the next bit was pretty scary. I mean, as we got closer to the field, they're like, oh, thanks, mate, for getting us to the field. What's your name? And I didn't want to give my name away because these guys, I don't know what they were going to be like. So I was like, hey, my name's Jamie. And they're like, no, it isn't. You hesitated. It's definitely not Jamie. And I was like, yeah, it's Jamie. And they went, oh, no, it isn't. And they backed me up against a wall. They, like, enclosed me and then backed me up against a wall. And I was like, oh, is it Jamie, really? I went, yeah, you can check it on Facebook. And wow, this bit is so lucky. So, they checked it on Facebook, and this guy called Jamie looks exactly like me, and he goes to the same school as me. And I just plucked that name out the air, and he looked like me. And they're like, oh, fuck it then, this guy is called Jamie. And my name isn't Jamie. And oh my God, I was so lucky. So, yeah, I was so lucky there. And they didn't back me up against the wall, you know, they didn't strangle me or knife me. And you're thinking, what, you're knifing, you're exaggerating. Well, no. As they got to the fields, I went, okay, I'm going. I was a bit shaken because, you know, they could have easily beaten me up. And they ran to my friends because I was there. I went, oh, fuck it, I'm going home after this shit. So I went home. I heard screaming there. I thought nothing of it. And I told the story to my friend. He was laughing out loud. He was like, oh, ha, ha, you could have got beaten up. Your phone could have been stolen by some chavs. But luckily it wasn't. So that happened. And you thought, nah, that's not bad. But the next day is where it gets bad. The next day, when I woke up, it was all on Facebook. Somebody actually got stabbed. And the guy who stabbed the guy, I don't know who got stabbed, but the guy who did the stabbing, you know, did the his Johnny guy person. Impersonation, whatever you want to call it. He was from Gedling-Netherfield. So yeah, the guy who was stabbed was the guy I was talking to. And I was like, oh my God, that guy could have been me. I nearly got stabbed by a chav. Well, it's just seeing if the party was good or not. So yeah, curiosity nearly killed the cat, and the cat being me. And I was a shitless cat, seriously, but that is about the story. I mean, yeah, I was pretty spooked out, especially when I heard about the stabbing. And I remember, actually, the night, not nights before, about 2 weeks before, there was a party as well with some sixth formers, blah, blah, they were leaving as well. And I heard that Gedling lot came to there, and they said, you know, oh, we're bringing knives and guns next time. So I should have known. I should have just stayed in my house and played Call of Duty. it's the safest option. So if you learn anything from today, is stay inside, it's the safest option. And don't socialise with friends. But anyway, that is the story, guys. I hope you learned a lesson. You only live once, but you only die once, so make it a good life, but make sure you don't do anything too risky. I've been Rand0m Guy, and I'll see you guys later, and have a smexy day. Goodbye.